Hello everybody, this is AJ and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of my alphabet series. Yeah, where I'm going through my Blu-ray, steelbooks, not DVDs, looking at everything beginning with a certain letter of the alphabet. Every other week I'm doing this, and today we're looking at letter J. So let's get into it. Okay, yeah, so if you're new to the channel, then welcome here. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back to the channel. Either way, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, why not? I'm going to sit here for a minute and allow you to contemplate doing that. And then, once you've done it, we shall move on. You done it? I know you haven't, but let's move on anyway, because I'm not waiting around. Yeah, so the letter J. We're going to look at everything under this letter. So let's not kick around. Let's not wait. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. And this is in no particular order whatsoever. It's just as they come. So there we go. So, okay, first up, John Wick. Yes. So here I have John Wick's chapters 1, 2 and 3 on 4K disc. There is a digital code there for all three, but anyone who wishes to use, if it is still valid, is free to. Go ahead, take that code, get those digital versions of this film, all three films. Fantastic. So they're all on 4K like this. And this was quite a cheap set to get a hold of, really. It didn't cost a lot of money. So I'm really happy with that. Now, I like Keanu Reeves in these. I like Keanu Reeves. I think these films are really good. The third film I didn't see in the cinema. I actually saw it on a cruise ship around the Mediterranean. Yes, I'm not a lover of the sun. I don't like the sun. The sun doesn't like me back because it burns me. So on this particular cruise, the film had not long been out in the cinema. They were showing this down in the cinema. It was like middle of the day when the sun was at its hottest. My missus was up on deck. She was sunning it. I said to her, I've got to get out of this midday sun. They're showing John Wick chapter 3 downstairs. I'm heading down. And I'm going to go and watch it. Just warn me of any icebergs. Yeah, so that was that. So fantastic. Next up, Jackie Brown from Quentin Tarantino. Yes, Jackie Brown. For some reason, I have 2 copies. I don't know why. I don't know. And one's still sealed. How that happened, I don't know. I like Quentin Tarantino films. This is one of my least favourite of his, I will say. But it's still got a fantastic cast to it. But there we go. Now, an actress that I really like, Milla Jovovich. And I've got Luc Besson film starring her. And that is Joan of Arc. Yes, it is still sealed. But I have seen the film, obviously, when it came out. Originally, and then I bought the Blu-ray, but I've yet to get around to watching it. Milla Jovovich, John Malkovich, Faye Dunaway, Dustin Hoffman, fantastic cast, fantastic film. I did really like it. And then one that I don't know, I picked up really cheap just because it was cheap, and there is a code in there as well, and I'm going to show you that code. I doubt it will work anymore, or if it's still live, I don't know. It's Jupiter Ascending, and there's the code for it. Yes, so this is Channing Tatum and Mila Kunis. Channing Tatum, has he got like silly little ears in it? Has he got feather, like wings on his feet or something? I don't know. Is that name or style? I really don't know. I don't know about this film. I don't know. I've not watched it. Probably because it's a load of rubbish. So why'd you pick it up, Al? I don't know, because it was so cheap. And I meant to watch it, but I didn't get around to watching it because it looks rubbish. There you go. That's what I do. Got a question for you. Shall we head into some steelbook territory? Yes, let's head into some steelbook territory. I don't know why. I'm in a funny mood today. I know why I'm in a funny mood today, but I'm not going to say why. If I weren't like this, I'd go mental right now. But anyway, so first up is Disney's Jungle Cruise. Lovely looking steelbook. Fantastic. It was an okay film. Very Pirates of the Caribbean. Very Indiana Jonesy. All these sort of things in there. But it was all right. Dwayne Johnson. And here we go into other Dwayne Johnson territory now. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Is this the first one? I think it is, as in the first one of the, not the Robin Williams one, the first of the Dwayne Johnson ones. Still sealed because I do have it on Amaray as well. But the reason I got this later and I got the steelbook very cheap. Hence why still sealed. Then, Megan Fox, lovely steelbook this one, in Jennifer's Body. Yeah, I mean, this is a really nice steelbook. It's got some embossing all over the title there at the bottom. Fantastic picture of Megan Fox, front and back. Amanda Seyfried is in the film as well. I remember seeing this when it first came out. It will pop up again because I have it on Amaray as well. Amaray Blu-ray. Yeah. Okay, now one of my favourite films of all time. And this will pop up again. Jaws. Here we go, Jaws here. Fantastic film. What can I say? One of my favourite films of all time, really is. So that's Jaws. Then we have Jaws 2, steelbook. Jaws 3, steelbook. I ain't got Jaws 4 because it's so rough. No, I've got it. No, I ripped it there, look at that. So there's the Jaws films. Jaws 1 is great, fantastic, one of the best films ever made. Sorry, I'm just turning around to put these back. Jaws 2 is an okay film. Jaws 3 and 4 are a load of rubbish. So why you bought them, Al? That's what I do. So I'm spinning around again, just to put these back down here. I'm sorry. I know I've got my back to you. That is so rude of me. But there we have it. So there's some more. So like I was saying, I don't usually show DVDs in here, but with one exception, I've got this Jaws 2-disc special edition that was actually gifted to me by Matt over at Matt V's Movies. Fantastic channel, fantastic guy. Go check him out. A little note in there that he sent me with it. Yeah, because he knows that it's like one of my favourite movies of all time. So yes, Jaws. Jaws 2. Thank you for that, Matt. Yes. So anyway, then we have another version of Jaws there. And this will pop up again. And another version of Jaws 2. I ain't got 3 and 4 like that, only in the steelbook versions. But yes, so Jaws. Then we have Tom Cruise in Jack Reacher. Tom Cruise in Jack Reacher Never Go Back. I like this one. I thought this one played like a TV movie. And I came away saying this character is better suited to TV, not in film. And lo and behold, they go and do a Reacher TV series, which is fantastic. I didn't mind Tom Cruise in the role. I've never read the books, so the height thing was not an issue for me whatsoever. Yeah, but definitely better suited to TV over a 10-episode span, something like that. But yeah, so there's those. Going on to another Jack. Sparrow. Bauer. Nope. Jack Ryan. So I'm going to show this like this. It's the Jack Ryan collection. Yes, I know H is Hunt for Red October and Patriot Games P, Clear and Present Danger C, Sum of All Fears S, but these are the 4 original Jack Ryan films. I get a lot of enjoyment out of all of these, although I will say that the last time I watched Patriot Games, it has dated incredibly, primarily with the security revolving around the royal family and all this sort of stuff. It is laughable. But yes, so there's that. Then we have Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit with Captain Kirk, whatever his name is again, Chris Pine. Yes. Say what you will. Now, I do have the Jack Ryan TV series. I'm not showing them now because when I've got my A to Z's done of my films, I plan on moving into TV territory and going through my TV shelves. But they won't be in an A to Z order. But that won't come until I've got to Z in this. Then we have another version of Jennifer's Body in this lovely slipcase here, which is actually completely embossed and comes out. As you can see, side on like that. You can see it sort of coming out. So yeah, that's a really nice addition. Then we move on to Jojo Rabbit, and my battery's going. Jojo Rabbit. I actually have two versions. I've got that cat I got first, but then they did release a 4K later, and I picked up the 4K because I think this is a fabulous film. I love this film. I think it's one of the best movies of the year it came out, which was only a couple of years ago. It's amusing, it's profound, it's sad, it's got a lot of heart to it, and yes, just very, very good film. Then we have yes, Welcome to the Jungle, like so. And I have another steelbook for well, the next level. I don't know why that's over there and not with steelbooks. It is. Don't know why, but there we go. They were quite fun. Then here we have the Jurassic Park Ultimate Trilogy. I only have it like this. I'm quite fine with them like that. I do enjoy the films. Yeah, there we go. Then we have Jurassic World 3D. With a lovely lenticular cover to it, like that. It's very good. And then we have Fallen Kingdom, which has its issues. Yeah, first half's better than the second half. Thinking about Jurassic Park, going back to the year that came out, was it 94, 93? That was the last film my mum ever saw at the cinema. We went, we saw it, me, her and my dad. We saw it in Greenwich, and she passed away not too long after, actually. I was only young when that happened. I wasn't particularly old. 17, 18, around that sort of age, I think I was. So obviously it had an effect. It had a profound impact on my life. And but would I go back and change it if I had the opportunity? No, I wouldn't, because as harsh as that sounds, all my experiences have made me who I am now. And yes, so yeah, it made me who I am. So I wouldn't go back and change anything like that. But there you go. Life moves on. What can you do? Anyway, as does this video. So let's get into the next lot. Okay, so there we have John Carter, Disney's John Carter of Mars. I don't know what's happened there in the top corner, why that's been pressed in and whatever, but it's never a film that I've managed to get through, unfortunately. Now I know there's 3 films here, but this is the Justice League Trilogy, Zack Snyder's Justice League Trilogy Collector's Pack. I love Zack Snyder's Justice League. I think it's fantastic, and I think it elevates the other 2 films here when you watch them in conjunction with Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League anyway. So that is brilliant. And so now we have the Justice League German Mondo steelbook for the normal Justice League film, and in there I do have the Blu-ray and a 4K disc for that version. Although, will that film be revisited again after the Justice League Zack Snyder cut? Probably not. Probably not. Then we have German version of Judge Dredd with Sylvester Stallone, which I've just recorded a review for this not long ago for my bi-weekly comic book movies retro review series. So look forward to that review coming. My thoughts on this film. Obviously I've seen the film, but it's my thoughts on it. Yes, so that's that. Then I do have another steelbook for Zack Snyder's Justice League, or Justice League the Snyder Cut, like so. That's actually a magnet. That ain't the original cover to it. It's the one where they're holding the arms up in the air sort of thing, which I didn't particularly like, so I picked up this magnet for it instead, which is quite an interesting magnet. Yes. So that's very good as well. Sticking with comic book movies, Jonah Hex. Well, yeah. Jonah Hex. And again, another version of Judge Dredd which I got before I got the steelbook. But I really like this case. I really like the artwork on this case. I hate the UK artwork, the one where it's Stallone and he looks like Demolition Man. He ain't got the mask on, just shooting the gun. You know, say what you will about this film, it gets the world right. The world is totally correct. What it gets wrong is the character of Judge Dredd. Judge Joseph Dredd. But there you go. What can you do? What can you do? Keeping with that comic book territory, some animated films here. Justice League versus the Fatal Five. Steelbook. Then we have Justice League Gods and Monsters. Justice League New Frontier. And Justice League Flashpoint Paradox. Justice League War, still sealed, but I picked this up recently. I have seen it, obviously. That's just one that I needed. Justice League Throne of Atlantis. Justice League versus the Teen Titans. Justice League Dark is a really good one, actually. Justice League Dark Apocalypse, still sealed, but I have seen it. I've done a review for it. And Justice Society World War II. Now, officially this should have come in my last episode, but I'm going to put it here because it's sort of related to them. That's Injustice, the film. Yes, I forgot to do it. In the eyes. So there you go, under the J's, yeah, because it was in that comic book section. I do like the DC animated movies that they do. I think that they're far better than anything Marvel ever produced in their time. DC have got it wrapped up in animation. Shame Marvel never actually really caught up with them in that sense. They tried, but their stuff was just boring back in the day. But there you go. So, 3 more that I've just dug out. So, Jason X. Now, I probably did show this under my Fs in the Friday the 13th section, but I really enjoy this. But my most visited Jason story, because it's standalone. I like the sci-fi element to it. I like the upgrade that he got in it. It's just such a stupid film. It's cheap, but I can just have fun with it more so than most of the others. I really enjoy it. Then we have Bruce Willis and Richard Gere in The Jackal. I picked this up really cheap not long ago. Yeah. And a film I remember watching when I was young. First time, I remember even watching it the first time, and I was in hysterics with this film. I think it is so good. You mean I'm gonna stay this colour? The Jerk. Steve Martin at his best. This film is just so brilliant. I love this film. I love it. And I remember even watching it and I didn't know what a blowjob was. At the time, that's how young I was watching this. Yeah, there you go. And we're close to the end now. So, Arnie film, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jingle All the Way. Not really a go-to Christmas film. I find it very immature. Yeah, I find it a very immature Christmas film. Say that. Then we have the live-action Jungle Book, which was actually really good. I don't have the animated Jungle Book, just the live-action, like so. Yep. Then I have, and I bought it for £1, Jack the Giant Slayer. I think Ewan McGregor's in this. I don't remember much about it. And finish up. So I think that's everything. I know I've got Juno, but I can't find it. But anyway, so I'm finishing up now with one last one to show. And that is the 4K version of Jaws with book and stuff inside with this lovely, lovely lenticular. Now, I will say this. Jaws is a film that I grew up with. When I was really, really young, came home from school, there was two films I always used to watch when I was young. Every day without fail. I came home from school and I'd be watching either Jaws or Star Wars. And probably pirate copies that we had at the time on VHS. And then come to the mid-80s, Back to the Future was then included in that, the first Back to the Future. So those three films for me are three of my favourite films, instrumental in me growing up. Jaws itself, I think, is just a fantastic, fantastic film. You know, I can't fault it. If they'd ever done a version where they computer animated the shark, I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be happy if the film was touched. It doesn't need to be touched. It's just fantastic as it is. I know people say, oh, the shark looks fake, but I don't care. I really don't care. To me, this is just a perfect film. But you got to remember when it was made, and you know, filming on the water is hard enough as it is. But this is just, you know, brilliant soundtrack, brilliant cast, brilliant director. The acting is top notch. Cinematography is top notch. There's nothing in this film I can fault whatsoever. I just love it. In 4K, it just looks brilliant. Always will probably remain one of my top films, or my favourite film of all time. So that's it. I'm finishing up there. That's the J's done as far as I am aware. Who knows, there's probably some other J's kicking around. I don't know. Anyway, this is AJ. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you all later. And come back in 2 weeks for K. I'll see you then. Goodbye all. Have a good, whatever you're doing, have a good week. Goodbye.